We've sort of seen this one before. Let's just jump in and see what this one does. This one is called the 4-2-4 Street Fighter. We actually took a look at the 4-3-1-2 Street Fighter earlier this week, or maybe it was last week. But basically, the main difference is this inside forward right now was down as a winger in the first one. This time, it's pushed up as a 4-2-4. We're going to check it out with our three teams, mainly because we're running out of tactics. FM25 is kind of coming out. It's a little bit disappointing that it's not coming out until mid-November or end of November, but we do what we can. So we've got a couple more weeks before it actually hits. We're going to take a look at this one today. We're going to keep on going until FM25 comes, and then we'll see what happens from that point. But as usual, we are going to check it out with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with that said, let's just dive in and see how this one does. Last time out, Liverpool had a bit lower of a point tally. It was about 86 to 89 points. I can't remember. Aston Villa had a bit more, though. 83, I believe it was. This time around, 92 points is fantastic. 120 goals is phenomenal. And then Aston Villa with 99. They've done better, but this is still pretty good. Schedule-wise for Liverpool, doing a fantastic job getting to the Carabao Cup final, unfortunately losing in penalties to Arsenal. Getting to the FA Cup final, though, 2-1 win over Chelsea. They did beat Aston Villa along the way. And trophy number 3 is a thrashing in extra time, 6-3 over Roma in the Europa League final. So yeah, 3 trophies is better than what we had with the 4-3-1-2 version, but one save could be different from the other, so I'm not really equating them all that much just yet. But it's been a phenomenal season for Liverpool. Squad-wise, we definitely have a sea of green here. Goals, 28 is the tops, though. I would have kind of expected a little bit more, but Nunez with that, 26 for Diaz, 23 for Gakpo, 20 for Salah and Jota. Maybe that's why they don't have 30, because everyone else has 20. But assist, 22 for Trent. Very well done. And then, of course, average rating, Thiago's back playing, 748. Very well done. But Mohamed Salah with a 737. Well, how did Aston Villa do? Carabao Cup quarterfinals is where they lose out 2-3 against Millwall, of all teams. And then extra time, as we saw, against Liverpool in the semifinals of the FA Cup. But Europa League, they do have a fantastic season for that, up to the Conference League final against Fiorentina, winning 4-0. So overall, not a bad season. We've definitely seen much better. And the 4-3-1-2 version did do a bit better for Aston Villa. So maybe that winger that inside forward that's pushed down to a winger on the 4-3-1-2 version does better for a team like Aston Villa. But Liverpool, they excelled with it. So we're going to see in just a minute how Ipswich Town does in the championship. But first, let's see what the data says. Data hub for Liverpool. It's through and through attacking, and the defensive pieces are not bad. It's fairly standard for them, actually. But goals per game, 3.16 is fantastic. 1.08 conceded, 0.91 XG against is actually a bit higher than usual. Aston Villa actually not doing too bad themselves. The goals are up there, just not quite as high as Liverpool. Defensively is where you have some woes. Yes, you've got some fantastic pieces as well, but not quite as good as Liverpool. 1.87 conceded, 1.51 XG against is definitely higher than usual, but 2.61 goals per game is pretty nice. Premier League stats, Liverpool with 2.42 points per game, Aston Villa with 1.95. Most goals, Liverpool in first though with 120, very well done. Aston Villa with 99, also pretty nice. Liverpool in third with fewer shots against though, 275. Most possession with 57%, Aston Villa with 54. Most dribbles made, 673 for Liverpool. And most shots for Liverpool with 752, 604 for Aston Villa. But now with our Premier League teams doing fairly well, Liverpool of course doing phenomenal, Ipswich Town does as well. 107 points, 133 goals. The goals is more than the 4-3-1-2, but the points are less. So it looks like we're seeing some similar trends on both the Liverpool and the Ipswich side teams. But let's see how the actual team did. Well, they got to the Carabao Cup fourth round. Not a bad showing there. 3-5 against Manchester City. That 3 is pretty nice, though. 1 in the second minute, too. But FA Cup fourth round is where you drop out against Luton, 0-1. So overall, a fantastic showing in the championship. FA Cup, Carabao Cup is not bad. Squad-wise, you got 31 goals for George Hurst. Very well done. I love seeing him actually excel in this. Chaplin, though, with 19 assists, 24 for Leif Davis. He is back. He is stuck around. He is not going to PSG. And then average rating, 7.40 for Leif Davis. Championship stats, Ipswich in first with 2.33 points per game. Most goals in first with 133. Fewest shots against in fourth with 413. Most possession in fifth with 55%. Most dribbles made in sixth with 768. And most shots for back to first with 828. So let us take a look at the tactic itself. Like I said, it is pretty much very similar to the 4-3-1-2 version. This inside forward in support is just pushed down in the 4-3-1-2 version as a winger. So we start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack, ball playing defenders in the central spots in defend, a Segunda Volante in attack next to a deep lying playmaker in support. An inside forward in support is the change with a mark specific position. I'm going to assume, DLDR on these two. Inside forward on the right in attack. Advanced forward in attack next to a pressing forward in support. Attacking mentality, in possession, attacking with his narrow. Approach play is pass into space. Focus play down the left and the right. Passing directness is shorter. Tempo is higher. Low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. But now, how does it do overall for these three teams? I mean, pretty nice, just like the 4-3-1-2 version. Did it change at all? Actually, yeah. I mean, this one, you're pushing that winger up. It might be reversed on your screen, but in this one, you're pushing your winger up into an inside forward in support. You actually get more of the goals. You get less of the defensive pieces. You push that back down to a winger, you're getting the defensive pieces to it. So it's kind of one of those things. Do you want to play in Manchester City? Maybe get that inside forward, move it down as a winger, get a little bit more defense, a little bit more on that back set. But you're playing against Luton Town, maybe push it up into that inside forward in support and see how it does for you. But overall, I think it did a fairly phenomenal job. Again, Liverpool getting 92 points, more than they did before, 120 goals, more than they did before. Aston Villa getting that 99 goals for. So I think it could work. Definitely, if you took control of this, you would do better. You could definitely do better than this. I am doing nothing but holidaying throughout the entire season. So you take control of this, do your own match shouts, training transfers. You could do a lot better. But that's it for me, 7FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.